Manti was a start of boredom. That's why we started the band, is we were bored. And 2,500 people, everybody hated us. We were the outcasts of the town because we weren't cowboys and we didn't listen to country music. And we really developed our own ideals and our own personalities and decided what we wanted to be. And that's what we did. And we didn't have anything to do besides music. And my mom taught us music since we were little tiny kids. And so we started the band just to cure our boredom, and it just went from there. We really decided we loved it and it was something we wanted to do.
Well, not everyone hated us. I mean, we did have our little group of friends that came out and supported us all the time. They wanted to hear us play for them. And so we did the music, you know, kind of for them, for fun, and we all had a good time, and we decided to keep going with it and name the band after my mom, since she had given us all our musical training, and so the band's named after Agnes.
As soon as people hear your family band, they automatically think of the Partridge Family or some crappy act like that.
The Brady Bunch.
Yeah, the Brady Bunch band or something. And so it's not a good thing. So we kind of try to downplay it.
Yeah, we're siblings, so that kind of makes for a little bit of sibling rivalry sometimes and a few arguments here and there, but we're all family, so it comes back to that. But we all try to collaborate on the songwriting, and I do some lyrics. I do all my backing vocals. Most of the songwriting, the other two do.
He does all the writing on the computer and I do all the writing on the paper. That's about it. I usually do the vocals, and I come up with the ideas, like the vocals and lyrics, and lay all that down to paper and get the vocals in my head and then take it to him. And then we just sit down together and work on it. Or he does most of it by himself because I don't have the patience to sit there while he's working on the computer. For me,
live studio.
He loves the studio. I hate the studio. My passion for this whole music is for being on stage and playing live.
And I'd rather be in the studio any day over being on stage. One show a year is more than enough for me.
That's what I live for. I love it.
Yeah, Rannoch and I have that in common. We both like to have the interaction with the fans. And we like to do the live performances. Rannoch doesn't care for that.
We're both open to each other's ideas, and we usually always agree on the best option that we've got. So.
And usually if I don't agree, then I just change it because I'm the only one else has to. So effectively, I get the last say pretty much.
Yeah, plenty of times Rannoch tried to have the last say, and they used to get in some physical fights. I used to have to kind of pry them apart, but they're kind of over that now.
We get in some vicious arguments, but it all comes out in the end. We're brothers, and we still love each other, and best friends for our whole lives too. So I believe. Take me to the sea.
Musically, I think we progressed from following bands that we liked to writing out of our own experiences rather than listening to other bands and, you know, kind of playing the copycat game that I think everyone does on their first or second CDs.
I hate myself like this, wondering. A very commonly asked question is, who influences your music? Where do you get your ideas for your songs? What bands are your influences and stuff? And that, I think, is our biggest progression. As we progressed, as Rannoch said, from that point where we were listening to other bands' music and using them as a guide and inspiration to getting our ideas from our own experiences and our own, you know, personal lives.
I don't know, it's a good outlet.
It's something we both love doing. We've been doing, we've been doing the band for almost 10 years now, and we've loved every second of it. And I think now it's to the point that it's more of a release for us in a lot of ways too, so we get a lot of the anger and the frustration that builds in our own lives out through our music.
Yeah, a lot of people have commented that our last two albums sound the most like Agnes Poetry. That's the most like who we are. And it's true that music is a really good way to express yourself and let other people get to know you through what you write.
It's kind of scary because you have to share your emotions and your feelings and everything with everybody that you're playing to, but at the same time it's a good outlet. It gets everything out of your system.
Rannoch lives off of emotion and doesn't think as straight, I think, sometimes.
Yeah, you can say that again.
He just does things out of emotion and the spur of the moment. And whereas I'm the more logical one that kind of sits down and thinks about everything for too long. And so I don't get things done because I sit there and debate them too long. But I think it works out well because I put the logic into the music and then he softens down the harsh corners with the emotion of it.
I think lyrically, I always try and keep our lyrics really open. They're not ever specific on one. You couldn't nail it down to a certain instance or event. It's I try and keep them fairly general and a little bit kind of hidden what the meaning is so that people can interpret those on their level.
A lot of people sometimes come up and ask you what you were thinking of when you wrote some certain lyrics, and a lot of times you just can't remember because most of the time if you're being inspired to write lyrics, then it just flows out of you, like your feelings just coming out without you thinking about it.
It's a rush, actually. It's
like
kind
you
of
can
like pumping
spend,
caffeine straight into your bloodstream.
Yeah, you can spend like a year writing a song because you're not inspired for it. You're trying to pick it apart and do that. And when you get done at the end of the year and you look at the whole song, you're going to hate it. But when you're inspired for a song, when it flows, you just like sit down and it just happens. It's like it's just laid out right in front of you and just pieces together like a big puzzle.
I think of it as there's this huge pool of music out in the universe, and you basically just have to be in tune enough to tap in every now and then. And if you can pull that off, then there you have something that a lot of other people are going to be able to tap into from time to time.
If you don't put real emotion into a song, then people aren't going to catch that. It has to really be there, and if that's not there, people don't feel that. And that's the kind of music that's going to last, is stuff that's got real emotion in it, that has a real meaning, that people can really relate to because from real experience.
That's why people like to come out to our shows a lot, because when they watch us, they can feel the emotion behind the music even more.
Well, the entire Leave the Light On album was written as slow, like piano-based accompaniment songs, and that was it. Really, really slow, really depressing songs. And that was, all of them were like that. And when I took him to Randon, we started programming him into being fast, like dance tracks, a lot of them. So it really works out well. You can get a totally different feel from what you originally intend to get when you get the song finished.
Goals for the band would be if we could live off writing our music and performing and not have to be working second jobs and whatnot. I think that's the main goal.
One of my goals for it is just to share our music with as many people as possible. Get our music all over the place, and just, because I've heard a lot of people tell me that our music's been a good influence in their lives and helped them through things, and if I can share that with more people, that's what I want to do.
Well, the stuff we're working on now isn't going to be electronic music. You know, it's not going to be this beatboxy, clubby, dance music. It's going to be the good elements of the electronic side of things and the good elements of the live instruments and, live drums kind of thing, all kind of blended together.
Yeah, I think we should try some new styles here, try a whole bunch of different styles.
Well, that's what we're going to do, is rap and hip-hop now.
We're going to go country, actually. We're going to implement country and rap into a new format of music that we feel everybody will enjoy.
My world won't stop spinning around and turning around.
We're thinking about adding a drummer and a guitarist possibly when we get to California. So.
It'll probably be more of a studio / live performance kind of members, and rather than official members of the band. They'll be more of hired out musicians to help us out with live shows and whatnot.
But we'll still be writing the music, but we'll have people assisting with it.
Face the music.
work hard. We've been doing it for a long time. We're going to go somewhere, so it would be in a record label's best interest to get us right now.
You see what I mean? No, I don't have anything else to say.